Continuing coverage of the murder of Kei'Mani Latigue. As we've reported, the 13-year-old's body was found in an abandoned house on Miami Street here in Toledo Monday, March 24th, after she was reported missing. Her father, Darnell Jones, is charged with her murder.
2 weeks ago today, he was shot by Columbus police after a confrontation, and at last check, he is still in the hospital. Tonight, we are learning new information about the interactions that Lucas County Children's Services had with Kei'Mani Latigue and her family.
Investigators had spoken with her on 2 occasions, and tonight we're getting a better idea of what was discussed and what was not discussed. I-Team reporter Sean Hegarty is live with that story, new at 6 tonight. Sean?
Children's Services believes that it vetted each instance of Kei'Mani's care when it was called in to them. But tonight, there's a push to make sure that all of those calls went to the right place. The shocking death of Kei'Mani Latigue has lots of people asking for answers to lots of questions. And Tuesday, we got some answers. Lucas County Children's Services met her twice in person, once in December of 2023 and March of 2024. On reports of excessive physical discipline from Kei'Mani's grandmother.
At the conclusion of both those comprehensive investigations, a team decision was made where it was determined that it would be inappropriate to ask the juvenile court to remove Kei'Mani from her current caregiver.
Children's Services says it has no record of anyone reporting abuse after that March visit and before her murder. They did not find any information showing Kei'Mani was in a dangerous situation.
We determined that the placement there was appropriate. All the basic needs of the child were being met. She was getting all of her sustenance, her housing conditions were fine, her school and medical conditions were being met.
We now know her story had a tragic end, and her father, Darnell Jones, is accused in her murder. Children's Services says his name did not come up in any of the interactions with the child or the grandmother.
Neither mentioned Darnell Jones, neither identified him as a father of the child, and neither said that he was a support for the child or the father. And again, none of the referral sources nor the collateral sources we spoke with ever mentioned a father nor mentioned Darnell Jones.
Kei'Mani's death reminds us of how vulnerable children are. We pledge to redouble our efforts to protect them.
Children's Services Board President Suzette Cowell says the task force looking into children's services as a whole will be taking citizen feedback on the department. Details of that are coming soon. In the meantime, an internal investigation into Kei'Mani's case will happen here in Lucas County and by the Ohio Council of Children and Youth. Now, if you called in an issue over Kei'Mani's care from March of last year until the time of her death, Lucas County Children's Services wants to hear from you. They want to find out where you called, how that call was routed, and if it was not routed properly, for example, if it should have gotten to Children's Services and it did not. The phone number to call in that information so Children's Services can do its investigation, and the line to call in any child abuse at any time, both of those are listed right now at 13abc.com. Lee?